Okay. Right. Right. So now we have finished. So in the meantime, now let us check. Greta. Somebody unmute. Who will unmute? Yeah, Divya. When immediately unmutes. Okay, Divya.
Yes, sir.
Very good. Okay. Now, are you able to understand what are the 7 components?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So first one is the address. Write down all of you. First one is the address. Second one is the date. Second one is the date. Third one is the salutation. Third one is the salutation. Fourth one is the subject. Fourth one is the subject. Fifth one is the body. Sixth one is the closing remarks. And seventh one is the sender's particulars. Sender's particulars. Okay. Sender's particulars. Okay. Fine. Okay, learn how to unmute when I am giving you the link. No problem, you can unmute. Okay. Immediately you have to click when I send the message. No problem. It's okay. Finished now. Work is finished. Now let us see here. So these are the 7 points. Now this is the first point. This is the first point. Okay. Yes. Right. So this is the workshop of Margaret Helen Martin for nursing profession at Practice with Peter. Yes. Okay. That's it. So we are going to deal with the complete letter. We have already done. By mistake, I did not post it. So I'm just reviewing for the latecomers who missed the session, because we are jumping into the main body of the letter where we learn vocabulary, spelling, sentence structures, and many other things. Okay. Fine. Yeah. Now this is the first component. So this is the first component. Yeah. Component number 1. That is the address. Then you go to the second page, first page. Then you will get the component number 2. That is the date. That is the date. Component number 2. So you can go there, click here like this, and you'll get everything like that. 1, 2. Okay. Right. component number 2. Then next component number 3 is here. Component number 3. Okay. Then component number 4. Component number 4. This is component number 3 for a second. Yeah. Next component number 4. Okay. And number 5 is the body. Then 6. Yours faithfully. Okay. Then next one is sender's particulars. Sender's particulars. So these are the things which you have to do. You can go to here. Now you see writing workshop. Component number 1, address. Number 2, date. Number 3, salutation. Number 4, subject. Number 5 is the body, and 6 is the closing remark, and 7 is the sender's address. Finished. Okay, that's very clear. So all the nurses and the doctors, I think it is useful for everyone. It is useful for everyone because justice, this is everywhere. So this is not for me, nothing like that. This is for everyone. So the nurses and the doctors, what you have to do is, have you understood these 6 components, except the body? Have you understood? Yes. If you understood, say yes. So you don't know from where this green wheel has come. You don't know from where this green wheel has come. 4th line. It has come from Greenville Public School only, public hospital only. Yeah. So this has come from Greenville Public School Hospital. Right. So now we'll move to the body. Once you finished, then we'll move to the body of the letter. So all the 7 components. Okay, fine. Now we are moving to the 5th component. That is the main component, the body. Main component, that body. So hope you are ready with this. Now let us see what he's telling you there. Now here, you can see very clearly. You have to go here and check up everything. Okay. Right. Discharge plan. So what is this? Is this a discharge letter? Okay. Using the information in the case notes, write a letter to the nurse in charge of the district nursing service outlining Miss Martin's situation and anticipated needs following her return home tomorrow. So how do you know that this is there is nothing like a referral? There is nothing like referral. Then how do we know? Here it is there. You can see. Okay. Select. Okay. Now here you can say discharge plan. Discharge plan. Now when he says discharge plan, that means she is being discharged. And here also you will know discharge date. So that is it. So this is a discharge letter. This is a discharge letter. Okay. This is a discharge letter. You can see that very clear. So you are writing a discharge letter is being discharged tomorrow. And how do you know that? Here is due to be discharged tomorrow. Okay. Is due to be discharged tomorrow. Is being discharged. So this is how you know that it is discharge letter. If you don't know here, you can go here. Following her return home tomorrow. So she is returning home means what? Discharge only. Okay. So now be very clear. Be very clear here what you are writing. So now this discharge plan will go into the last paragraph. I'm talking about organization. Organization. I'm not teaching you how to write a letter. I'm not crazy. I'm not teaching you how to write a letter. I'm teaching you the organization. Organization. So you should know how many paragraphs it should be. I'll show you just an example. See here. Now this is finished. Now I'll show you. This is the first paragraph. That is the introduction. This is the introduction. Okay. This is body paragraph 1. Body paragraph 1. Then this is body paragraph 2. And this is body paragraph 3. And this is the conclusion, last paragraph. Okay. So now, what you have to write here is very important. So every letter, you must write 5 body paragraphs. This is number 1. Okay, this is number 2. This is number 2. This is number 3. This is number 4. And this is number 5. So 5 body paragraphs. So I'm not joking, you can see there. You can see dear nurse, after dear nurse and before yours faithfully. You think I'm joking? So see that one, dear nurse and yours faithfully. In between there will be 5 paragraphs. If you don't write 5 paragraphs means what? What is the need of writing a letter there? There should be a system, follow the system. Okay, majority. See, all the letters will have 5 paragraphs. First one will be the introduction and last one will be the conclusion. First one will be the introduction. Last one will be the conclusion. Okay. So Miss Margaret Martin is due for discharge from a hospital tomorrow. So see here, 5 paragraphs. I'm not showing you what to do. I'm not showing you what to do. Right. See the 5 paragraphs there. Introduction and conclusion. This is called, okay, I'm dividing it. This is the intro. This is the intro. And this is the conclusion. This is the conclusion. And this is BP1. Main body paragraph, MBP1. MBP1. Main body. This is MBP2. And this is MBP3. So this is how it will be. So you have to realize these things. So dear nurse at the top and yours faithfully at the bottom. In between there are 5 paragraphs. This is introduction where you will introduce everything. You will introduce the person. You will introduce the situation. You will introduce the purpose. You will introduce everything. Only and only introduction. Nothing else. You will introduce the patient. You will introduce the situation. You will introduce the purpose. What is the patient here? Patient is Miss Margaret Mark. Fine, that's number 1. What is the present status? Discharge. Present status is discharge. Before that, why was she admitted in the hospital? Okay, why was she admitted in the hospital? Celiac disease. Okay. Or who underwent, okay, some operation or whatever it is. You want to write, you can write. There are 5 things you can write. Number 1, presented with the complaints. Who is there who can write very fast in your notebook? Yes, Dr. Muppu Razu, write down. Next, who else can write? Rajya Lakshmi, you also can write. And Regimol, sorry, not Regimol. Yeah, Regimol also can write. What's the problem? Ranjita Das. Others, whether you write or not, I will not ask you. But these 3 people must write and, okay, yes, send it in the Super Stars group. The points which I'm going to connect the internet, please, first, my mobile. Please, first, please. Okay. Yes, share the Wi-Fi first. Right. Now, here, you have to notice one thing here very clearly. So, this is called the purpose. 5 different things. Presented with the complaints of, number 1, this is a visit. Presented with the complaints of, visit, automatically it will connect. Automatically. Presented with the complaints of, number 1. That means it is a visit. If it is a visit, you will write like this. It is a visit, you will write like this. Today he presented with like, number 1. Visit, presented with the complaints of. Okay. Or during today's visit, like that. Anyway, you can write 101 different ways. Number 2. Number 2. Number 2. Number 2. Number 2. Number 2 is admitted, admission. That means he was admitted in the hospital. Admitted. Okay. For what purpose? He was admitted with the complaints of, or admitted for so-and-so surgery. However you want to write, you can manage. Then next, number 3, visiting normal, presented serious, recuperating means finished recovery, going on recovery. Okay. Right. Signs and symptoms of. Okay. Who has signs and symptoms of? Okay. First one is presented with the complaints of. Admitted. The first one is presented, second one is admitted. Third one is recuperating from. After admission, recuperating from. Okay. Then next one, who has signs and symptoms of. This is the first stage. Signs and symptoms, presented, admitted, recuperating from, and underwent. No, underwent and recuperating from. First one is the order of sequence, order. First one is signs and symptoms. Signs and symptoms. Who has signs and symptoms suggestive of? Miss Margaret Helen Martin. Miss Martin, whose signs and symptoms are suggestive of, or who has signs and symptoms suggestive of something. The next one, these are only signs and symptoms. Number one, only signs and symptoms. Next one is who presented with the complaints of, or who presented with the symptoms of. Number two. Number three, whose preliminary diagnosis or diagnosis. If you have diagnosed it, it's diagnosis. Preliminary diagnosis means just you had some idea based on that. Okay, preliminary diagnosis was this, and confirmation. I'm not specialist, so you are sending to a specialist. There's some heart problem. You diagnosed it as heart problem. You think like that, not assessment, but you found out, so you discovered something in preliminary diagnosis. So confirm, further evaluation, whether it is right or not. So preliminary diagnosis or diagnosis. After diagnosis, he underwent operation, surgery, replacement. Miss Martin underwent total left shoulder replacement. That's it. So replacement. Then after that one, it is recovery. After replacement, after surgery, after operation, it is recovery. Who has been recuperating from? Who has been recovering from? This should be in present perfect continuous tense. Underwent, past tense. If it is recently, has undergone. Recently, just today, this week, like that. If you use, you can use in past tense, you can use in present tense, no problem. But you have to relate who has recently undergone or who underwent yesterday. Who underwent yesterday or who has undergone this week. This week is present tense. So has undergone. Yesterday or 2 days ago, that is past tense. Ago means past tense. This week, recently means present tense. Recently he has undergone, or last week or yesterday he underwent. Remember, be careful with your tenses. Both are right. Both are right. But how well you are writing? So you have to use the time word. Yesterday, 2 days ago, on 20, today is what, 28th. On 26 February 2022, he underwent. Because 20 is date. Today is 28th, that is 26th. 2 days before, that is understood. Basing on date. If you don't say date and say recently, that means present tense. Recently, he has undergone. If you put the date, that is past tense, remember. If you say yesterday, that's past tense. If you say ago, that is past tense. If you say last week, it is past tense. So you have to use, I don't know how you are writing, I don't know. I have to do it, wait. Very important points. There is this Word document. Okay. If you say last month, okay, you should say past. Okay, last month is past tense, simple past tense. right? If you say ago, then it is same. If you say yes, yesterday, yes, or you can say 2 weeks before, 1 week ago or 1 week before, it is past tense. You have to say what he underwent. He underwent. Remember that. Miss Martin underwent. Miss Martin underwent. Miss Martin underwent. If you say recently, okay, it is present perfect. Both are correct. If anybody says no, 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 don't believe. You go to Cambridge Dictionary. Don't go and don't even listen to me. Go to Cambridge Dictionary. Recently means present perfect. This week, this morning, this week, this that week, and this week. This week means present. This week, this year, this month, anything. This is important. Then next one, currently. Okay. Nowadays, present tense. Nowadays, these days, this and these, those days, these. In those days, I mean, when I was a child, those days, these days, now I'm adult. So these means present, this means this, these means present. So then what you have to do is, Miss Martin has undergone. Go, went, gone. Underwent, undergo, underwent, undergone. Go, went, gone. Undergo, underwent, undergone, undergone. So both are correct. But what word you are using? If you say on 25th February 2022, on 25th, 25 February 2022, Miss Martin has undergone. Wrong. Absolutely wrong. 3 days before, you're talking based on days. How can you say present tense? Why are you using the date then? Don't use the date. If you are using the date separates by days. Today, yesterday, day before yesterday, the previous day, 3 days before. Even yesterday is past tense. Then how dare you are using on 25 February 2022, he has undergone. It is utter nonsense. You can say recently, or you can say this week. 3 days before, it was this week only, no? Like that you can say. Be careful. Remember, on what basis you are dividing the time? Present. If you said today, day, today is present tense, yesterday is past tense, tomorrow is future tense. That's it. Remember what type of tense you are using. Remember. Then if you say month, February is present. In February, I am in Hyderabad. In January, I was in Delhi. In March, I will be. So this is dependent on month. That means in February, I am in Hyderabad means from 1st to 28th, I am in Hyderabad. That is, yesterday also will become today here. But yesterday is, we are not talking about days, we are talking about months. Month is the present tense. So what basis, what is the unit of division of time? That is more important. Take that. This century is also present tense. This century is also present tense. Disconnect the phone Wi-Fi so that it will be fast. So Yes. So, is the concept clear? Past tense and present tense. Concept clear? Yes or no? We didn't hear you. Okay. And many people are writing, so they understood. Okay, fine. So, concept of past and present perfect. When to use past tense, when to use present perfect, you should know. That is what I am asking. When it is has undergone or have undergone. When it is underwent, you should know. You have to divide based on the time and then you have to use these things. Okay. Pratap, you stay for some time. You stay for some time. Don't go. Okay. You also just 1 minute. Okay. This is the concept. Fine. So now you see how the paragraphs are divided. Paragraph 1. Okay. Paragraph 1 is introduction. Paragraph last is telling about closing. Okay. Now, this is, you can see, you can write, this is after a discharge. This is after discharge. Okay. This is after discharge. How what? This is a general condition. This is a general condition. Okay. And this is the problem. All the problems related to him or her. All the problems related to the case in the general condition and after discharge. This is about Martin. This is only about Martin. This is only about Martin. This is her personal style, lifestyle. This is her personal lifestyle. And this is tomorrow of, no, 1 minute, I finish it. 1 minute. And this is, you know, future, what it should be. Future, how it should be, and all these things. Okay, fine. Right. Now I'm going to discuss these things. So tomorrow is a holiday, okay? Tomorrow is a holiday. Okay. Close your rooms. Lock your rooms. Okay. Speaking rooms, lock them. Whenever you are not. Okay. That's okay. Right. ఏం చెప్పాకు నువ్వు నాకు దయ జాలి చాలా ఎక్కువ నాకు బాధ అనిపిస్తుంది ఏం చేయాలి you transferred already. I told make it when you did it also. I have to tell me. Okay. Told make. Okay. Transfer. Be very careful with this. ఓకే ఏం చెప్పాకు వచ్చిన తర్వాత చూద్దాం మాట తీసుకొని మంచిగా చేస్తాను తుమ్మాలు కొట్టాను అంటే సరే ఓకే నేను నాకు చాలా మంది దొరుకుతారు ఐ గెట్ టూ మెనీ పీపుల్ ఓకే సో ఐ హ్యావ్ ఏ గుడ్ హార్ట్ సారీ Okay, bye. So now let us see here. Manju, talk with them. Remember, you are the next in charge, okay? Talk with them, discuss with them, everything, make them sit there. And Anusha, can you stay with them for 2 minutes? Just to discuss. 2 minutes. Okay. We can leave others. Right. So here, what are the important problems you have to discuss? Write about the medical conditions. Paragraph number 2. Write about the medical conditions. Right. So we have, where can we write? Here we can write. Paragraph number 1 is the introduction. Paragraph 1 is the introduction. Paragraph 2 is the problems or the medical conditions. Medical conditions. And paragraph number 3 will be the histories. Histories. What histories? Personal background, social background, professional background, financial background, and what all background, family background, all these things. First one is personal. This is medical condition. This is personal. Internal. Personal, internal. Personal, internal. Yes, this problem, yes, this problem, yes, this problem. For this is taking this medication, this medication, this. Finished. Second one is histories. She is living alone. She has nobody to care, that and this and this and this all. Family history, that and this, everything, whatever you want to talk, you can talk about. The social history, right? Where she is living, how she is staying, all these things, all the histories. Okay. Then number 4 will be discharge plan. After discharge, what is expected from them? Then 5th one is conclusion. So this is it. So introduction, medical conditions, histories, discharge plan, and conclusion. This is how you can separate. Okay. This is how you can separate. So based on these things, we get clear. Now see, I'm going, this is 4 is discharge plan. Okay, 1 and 3, 5 you can understand. Already Mr. Mukkuraju has given here. We have seen here. This is introduction. Okay, we have done a lot of introductions. Then here is the conclusion. Okay. Yes, this is the conclusion. So based on the aforementioned circumstances, further evaluation and appropriate management. So this is the conclusion. And other ways, everything is fine. Now let us see. This is discharge plan. This is body paragraph 3. BP3. BP3, main body paragraph. MBP, not a. So main, only 3 body paragraphs, main body paragraphs. Only 3 main body paragraphs. Only 3. Introduction, leave it. Conclusion, leave them. Introduction and conclusion, leave them. So main body paragraphs are 3. So this discharge plan will go into body paragraph 3. After going there, what they should do. That is it. After going there, what they should do. Okay. And what is being done here? What is being done here? Okay, this is important. Patient anxious about return home because she should watch it. So this you can write in her personal feelings. So this you can write in body paragraph 2, main body paragraph 2. Okay. How was the post-operative recovery? Okay. What is her condition and all. Then next one. Okay. Medical information, history and all these things. Main body paragraph 2. Okay. So now all these things. Right. Then what else is missing? Yeah. So this is all discharge plan. Needs and requirements, everything. And here this is the problems, disease and all. Main body paragraph 1. So that is it. So what is his problem? What is her problem? And what medication she is taking? And what is her present condition? Everything you write there. Then next one is you write about histories and other things in the second paragraph. Main body paragraph. Then third paragraph, you write about discharge plan. Discharge plan, what is required, how to what should be monitored. All these things should be written. Monitor wound site. Okay. So all these things. Next. So isolation, dietitian, regular monitoring, physiotherapist, all these things. Whatever is required, you have to write. Monitor medical, monitor adherence to medication, exercise, and diet. Medication, exercise, and diet. These three things are very important. Medication, number one. Diet, number two, and exercise, number three. In the same order you write. Monitoring medication, exercise, and dietary regimen is extremely necessary. Like that. Fine. So, no, this is for this letter, discharge letter. Okay, fine. This is for this particular letter. Okay, fine. Right. So, complete this letter and submit. Complete this letter and submit. Okay. Mute all. Okay. Right. So whatever is important, concentrate on that one. Now let us see here. What are the important points? I'll give you some points. I'll give you some points now. So third part is very important because this is a discharge letter. Third part is very important. Discharge plan. Post-discharge action plan is very important. So I'm focusing on that one here now. Okay. Right. She needs home visits. Requires home visits. And monitoring adherence to these things. Regular monitoring. Okay. Home visits for regular monitoring and appropriate management. Requires home visits. Okay. Requires home visits. So needs home visits. Okay. Requires home visits for monitoring medication, for monitoring adherence, medication, exercise, and dietary regimen. These three things should come. Next one. Next one is possible danger of social isolation. Okay, possible danger of social isolation because family support is not there. Next, monitoring the wound site for bruising or infection. Okay, monitoring the wound site for bruising or infection. Check these things. Okay, check these things. Next one, monitoring adherence. Already they came in the bottom. Okay, arrange regular family visits to monitor progress. So these three things already here we got. Monitoring adherence to post-operative medication, exercise, and regimen. That's why I did not. All the three things are already here. Okay, in this slide. Fine. So that's why I did not mention that there. Okay. So next one, exercise is already there. No heavy lifting for 12 weeks. See here. Avoiding lifting heavy objects is recommended. Okay, is recommended. Regular 15-minute walk every day, that is me. Monitored by a physiotherapist. Exercise plan, everything is advised, is suggested, is recommended, something like that. Okay, and dietary. Already these all things are there. All these things are there. All these things are there. All these things. Low calorie. Three things. See here. Low calorie food. Okay, low calorie, high protein, low cholesterol, gluten-free diet. Supervised by dietitian, referred by doctor. Frequent small meals. Don't eat too much in 3 times, but hourly little you can give. Little, small meals. More number of times and less quantity. Normally, a healthy person, less number of times and more quantity they will have. But for children and old people and patients, they require less quantity and more number of times, more frequently. That is important. So like that. And plenty of fluids. Consumption of excessive fluids is advised. Write down. Consumption of excessive fluids. Consumption of excessive amounts of fluids is advised, is recommended, is suggested, as you was. So like this you can write. Okay. So fine, that's very clear. So this is very important. So I have explained those points. Right. So that is what it is. And doctors now. How many doctors are there? Raise your hand, please. How many doctors are there? Raise your hand or type your name. Raise your hand or type your name, please. Surendra, yes, one. Next, anybody else? Any other doctors are there? Raise your hands. Okay, only one doctor is there. And is there any nurse who want to attend the session of doctors? You can attend, because similar things I will be explaining many points. Okay, there also you can see. So next session will be this session, coming session will be sentence structures. So I am going to teach how to write sentence structures. Every sentence I will give you. I'll give some examples, not a particular letter, but any letter. So I am inviting doctors to attend those things, and you also can attend. The next session is not just for doctors. I'm calling doctors, but it's preparing sentences, how to construct sentences. So how many of you are interested? Just type. I am type. Okay. So interested. Who is interested? Who is interested? So nurses also. These are sentence structures. Sentence structures, not doctors. I'm not taking any doctor session. I'm taking sentence structures. Doctors are welcome there, because doctors 1 or 2 only are there. So 1 or 2 students only are there. So what I'll do is, I will follow it up with them privately. Yeah, sentence. I'm converting because many students are there. So I'll convert the doctor session. Only 2-3 students are there. I'll take them separately some other time. So because all the nurses are there, 19 candidates are there. So whoever is interested, if I see at least 10 people, I'm going to connect. Otherwise, no. So 10 students I need, at least 10. At least 10. Usha, count, please. Usha, you can count. Those are interested, type interested. Yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, yeah, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, fine. So we are in exactly at 7 o'clock, 7 p.m. 7 p.m. That means 40 minutes. After 40 minutes, I'm going to, this will be a session, 1.5 hour session, 90-minute session. It is for writing sentence structures. Simple sentences, compound sentences, quality sentences, passive sentences, joining two sentences, complex or compound sentences, all these sentences. So that's it. Yeah. Fine. That's the end of the session.